Hey everyone, Dennis and Kelsey Heenan here from hitburn.com, and we are in the kitchen today with an incredible recipe. What do we got?
We have twice baked sweet potato egg cups. I'm super pumped, they're really, really good.
Yeah, this is an incredible recipe. It's using our favorite carbohydrate, which is the sweet potato. Why is that?
Sweet potatoes are low on the glycemic index, so it means that it's gonna keep your blood sugar stable and avoid those kind of highs and lows, those crashes that you sometimes get from other carb sources. So it's a really, really good carb source to eat, and it's our favorite.
Yes, and plus it's just delicious. So yeah, sweet potatoes are definitely a go-to carbohydrate for us. And as you can see with the dish that we have, they're actually white. And why is that? Well, the truth is that sweet potatoes, most sweet potatoes are actually this color. It's the yams that are the orange color that you're normally used to seeing, but people just call them sweet potatoes. So these are sweet potatoes, even though they don't look like it, but it's gonna be a great recipe. So we've already peeled our sweet potatoes, so we recommend doing that first. So peel it and cut off the ends is what we did.
Yep, so peel it, cut off the ends, and preheat your oven to 400 degrees, okay? So while your oven is preheating, you are going to take the sweet potatoes and cut them into about 1/2 inch to 1 inch thick of discs, okay? So you're just gonna go like this.
All right, so now that we've chopped and stacked all of our sweet potatoes, we're gonna throw these into the oven, again at 400 degrees. We're gonna put it on 20 minutes to start, and by then all of the sweet potatoes should be soft and ready to go for the next step. Now, we're not putting any seasoning or oils or anything on that at this time. We're gonna add that in afterwards.
Right. All right, so Denny is putting them in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes.
Now that they're in the oven, we're just gonna wait for the 20-minute countdown to start, and then we'll get to that next step. All right, so our 20 minutes is up on the sweet potatoes, and they are looking and smelling delicious. So Kelsey's gonna bring these over here, and we are going to go on to our next step. All right, so now that we pulled these out of the oven, one of the easiest ways to make sure that these are soft enough and done is just to kind of take a fork, poke through each one of them. You don't have to do all of them, but if most of them are done, then chances are all of them are done. So we're gonna scoop these into the bowl, and then I have my potato smasher. You can use a fork as well if you don't have one of these, and we're going to start smashing these up. These smell delicious. All right, so smash them up. As you can see, just nice and smashed in there. So now we're gonna start adding in our spices to give this a little bit of flavor.
All right guys, time to add spices. So the spices that we grabbed are garlic salt, regular pink Himalayan salt, and pepper. So those are the spices that we're gonna focus on. Feel free to add any other spices that you'd like. What we recommend though is stick to the types of 1 ingredient spices where it's not like Lowry seasoning salt, where there's tons of like extra preservatives and additives. Look at the ingredients and make sure that it's just natural ingredients.
All right, so from the batch that we just created or just made with the sweet potatoes, we have about 4 sweet potatoes in the bowl. Yes. So we're gonna be adding about a 1/2 teaspoon.
Yep.
Of 1/2 teaspoon or tablespoon?
Teaspoon.
Teaspoon. Of pink Himalayan sea salt. So we're gonna add that in. And then we're gonna be doing the same thing with the garlic salt. We add about a 1/2 teaspoon of that as well. And then, so we're gonna be adding in some, we got black peppercorns. Kelsey loves pepper, so we're gonna add a little bit extra of the peppercorns. And these are grinded to be very thick, so when you bite into it, it tastes
delish.
Better. And finally, we're gonna add a little bit of cheese just to flavor it up a little bit more.
A little sprinkle of cheese on top.
All right. So we're just gonna continue to mix that together. Just doing that same thing with my potato masher. We're on to the next step. So we have our cupcake tins. We're gonna take about a tablespoon of the sweet potatoes with the mixture and put it into each of the cups. You want a little bit of room at the top. I probably put a little bit too much in that one. You want a little bit of room at the top because remember, we are going to be adding in the egg after this.
And we have a really good nonstick pan, but if you need to add a little bit of coconut oil or a little bit of olive oil, maybe some grass-fed butter or something to help it not stick, you can definitely do that.
Yeah.
have the sweet potatoes in the tins, and now we are going to add the eggs. All right, so we have our eggs, and we are gonna crack them directly into the muffin tin. So you can just crack the egg right on top of the sweet potatoes, and then we're gonna put it back in the oven at 400 degrees and bake it for about 12 to 15 minutes, depending on how you like your eggs cooked.
Finally, we're just gonna crack a little bit of the pepper right over the top of the eggs to give that a little bit more flavor. Feel free to add a little bit more cheese on top of the eggs if you want to make some extra cheesy eggs. Then we're gonna pop them in the oven.
That's it.
We just pulled these out of the oven. They look so good. So check this out. We're gonna bring these close to the camera for you to see. Look at those. They look so good. As you can see, we like the yolk a little bit runny, which is why they're cooked like this. So if you want to cook them a little bit longer, feel free to do that. But these are ready to eat, and they're gonna be delicious.
I know, I'm so excited.
So we'll leave the full recipe in text form below the video, so make sure you check that out as well. And if you have any questions at all, let us know.
So if you liked this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and if you have any questions at all, leave a comment below and we'd love to get back to you. So thanks for joining us for today's recipe, and we will talk to you soon.
Let's crush some food.
Dude, these look so good.